Ahead of Rahul Gandhi's visit to Telangana in just few hours now, barbs are flying thick and fast over a white challenge in the state of Telangana. Just a day before that visit, posters and banners have surfaced in Hyderabad asking if the Congress leader is ready to accept a drug test. Terming this as white challenge, the drug test was initiated by Telangana Congress chief Revanth Reddy, who had said he was going to take a drug test and challenged Minister KTR for a drug test as well. A move to spread awareness in the state and to curb the drug menace. But after the Congress challenge, the TRS has now thrown back the white challenge to their topmost leader Rahul Gandhi, sparking a massive face-off and a political bar.
We would remind him of the white challenge call given by Telangana PCC President Shri Revanth Reddy, a white challenge for a drug test to different political party leaders. Our Minister Shri K.T. Rama Rao ji is ready to take up the challenge and has asked Shri Rahul Gandhi also to take part in the white challenge and give the samples for the drug test.
Remember, the connection to the white challenge is that video of Rahul Gandhi in Kathmandu visiting a nightclub, and the video had gone viral. It had become a political face-off. BJP had made all sorts of allegations. The Congress defended, saying it was just a personal visit, and what is the big deal of just visiting and partying with friends at a nightclub. Now also, India Today did a fact check, found out all other allegations previously were not correct, but it's become a political face-off now ahead of that visit in Telangana. That when Congress earlier, the Congress unit in Telangana had asked for a drug test, now the TRS is saying Rahul Gandhi is coming. Let him take the white challenge too. All right, we have some big news also coming in on the story. Remember, in Telangana with the political face-off that is on, BJP is only escalating the matter. Amit Malviya of the BJP has taken to social media site Twitter, and I quote here, Revanth Reddy, Telangana PCC President and sitting Congress Member of Parliament, admits in an interview that the lady with Rahul Gandhi in a Kathmandu nightclub is the Chinese ambassador. Well, then why is Rahul Gandhi meeting a Chinese diplomat at a nightclub in a foreign land? Congress needs to explain, unquote. All right, clearly that video is now refusing to die down because initially, remember, it was the BJP that had wanted answers, alleging, if who was he meeting, why was he there? And after it did surface, and the Congress was also very defiant on it, Congress claiming that it was just a personal visit. India Today fact check also found out it was not the Chinese ambassador, but clearly Amit Malviya has now shared a video. This video, and I quote him here, he's saying this is Revanth Reddy, Telangana PCC President, sitting Congress Member of Parliament, admits in an interview that the lady with Rahul Gandhi in that nightclub in that video is the Chinese ambassador. Then why is Rahul Gandhi meeting a Chinese diplomat at a nightclub in a foreign country? Congress needs to explain. All of this, remember, just a day to go before Rahul Gandhi visits Telangana, an official political visit for his party. But not only the white challenge that has now been demanded, a drug test demanded by the TRS, there's also the video surfacing of, as it appears, his own party Neta. We'll try and get you reactions on this, but this is definitely going to escalate in the next few hours as well. And all of this, remember, with, for example, Shehzad Poonawalla also saying, what was he tweeting? Was he tweeting about the political crisis in the country? Remember, as of now, main anger against Rahul Gandhi has been that there is internal conflict in your party, in the country, and yet you are there out partying. Shehzad Poonawalla now joins me on the phone line. Shehzad, there's this video that Amit Malviya has tweeted about Revanth Reddy, and there's no clarity about who the woman is. But what is really happening? How is the BJP pushing this nightclub video, which many are saying is just a personal visit? A personal visit with and someone enjoying and partying. Is that a crime to make it such a big political face-off, Shehzad?
Look, there are two issues here. Both of them have been articulated by leader Amit Malviya. One is the fact that he was at the wedding of Sumnima Udas, who has very rabid anti-India views. She's actually advocated for integration of Indian territories into Nepal. That is point A. And point two, Amit Malviya is only asking that Revanth Reddy, the chief of Telangana Congress has said that Rahul Gandhi was partying with the Chinese ambassador. Now, if that is true, and this is for the Congress to clarify, if that is true, what is a member of parliament doing partying with an ambassador on a foreign soil? And we've known during Doklam crisis he was secretly meeting the Chinese ambassador. We know that they have a secret MOU with China. We know how India's economic and other interests were surrendered during the UPA regime under Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi's watch. We know how Nehru gave away Aksai Chin to China. So we know that the family does have a soft corner for these kinds of anti-India elements. And therefore, it is entirely the onus of the Congress party, particularly Mr. Surjewala, who came out and said it was a private function. So was he or was he not with the Chinese ambassador? As per Mr. Randeep Surjewala, this has nothing to do with the BJP. The BJP is only putting forward the statement of the Congress leader of Telangana.
This gets very interesting, Shehzad, because India today also tried to speak to as many organizers and nightclub owners as well, and found out the one that he had visited, while it was a personal visit, that it was not the Chinese ambassador. And we also tried to dig deep. We do not know the identity of the woman, so there's still confusion over that. That perhaps is not needed as much as well. Let's assume for a second if it was an ambassador of any party. As of now, it appears she's not, and it is just a friend of the bride or from that party. Do you think at this point it is Congress embarrassing itself? Because while it appears she may not be that ambassador, Congress on record is saying that. And why?
Well, exactly. If she is not the Chinese diplomat, then why is Mr. Randeep Reddy? Maybe he has some extra information that Rahul Gandhi must have shared with him. And therefore, the onus is entirely on Mr. Surjewala. This phone call should have been made to Surjewala ji, asking whether the fact checks that have revealed that she's not the diplomat, is that true? Or is Mr. Randeep Reddy's statement true? And forget that. More important is that was he at the wedding ceremony of Sumnima Udas, who has spewed anti-India venom? Now, does Mr. Rahul Gandhi validate those views when he goes to a wedding function in a nightclub of such a person or not? The Congress party should say, because they have a problem with official visit of Prime Minister, but they are very reluctant to share the details of the visit of an MP who is a leader of the opposition, who they project as Prime Minister, who's going on foreign soil and meeting allegedly Chinese diplomats and also people who spew anti-India venom.
Do you think, Shehzad, that raking up a video like this, which is clearly very private and personal in so many ways, and clearly as of now, if it appears she's not Chinese ambassador, should the BJP really blowing this video to such an extent?
No. Look, Mr. Malviya is doing nothing of that sort. Mr. Malviya has only asked a question that any person in their right mind would, that Mr. Randeep Reddy of the Telangana Congress is going out giving interviews that yes, Rahul was booging away, was partying away the night with the Chinese diplomat at the wedding ceremony of a anti-India baiter. Now, if Congress people are saying this, then it is only right for us to ask the Congress party to come out and clarify. Yes. So I really hope that after this phone call, Mr. Surjewala, who's on TV very often, will come out and do a press conference and clarify whether he was with a Chinese diplomat, and if he wasn't, then they should take action on Randeep Reddy. They should throw him out of the party for saying such false things about their supreme leader. So I hope their party clarifies their stand and comes out with one version other than...
Shehzad, do you think this... Shehzad, do you think this, the Congress party is clearly causing self-goal one after another and perhaps giving BJP more ammunition sometimes on an issue which was already over, as it appeared?
Any party that chooses Rahul Gandhi as its leader or wants to choose Rahul Gandhi as its leader is anyways in suicidal and self-destruction mode. But that is not for me to tell them what they should do, that they can handle their affairs.
I request you to stay on. I request you to stay on because we are joined by Amit Malviya, who had put that video also on social media site Twitter. Amit, because Congress had been defined that, this is a personal visit. India Today's fact check appeared to have found out that she's not the Chinese envoy. And now, of all people, a Congress neta, Randeep Reddy, says, as you are claiming from your Twitter handle as well, that it is the Chinese ambassador.
So there are two questions. Did India Today jump the gun and give Rahul Gandhi a clean sheet? Number two, now that the Congress MP and the Telangana president has admitted that she was a Chinese envoy, the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi in particular need to answer, what was he doing with a Chinese diplomat at a nightclub in Kathmandu? This is serious violation of MEA protocols. He's an elected member of parliament. He's a former Congress president, somebody who signed an MOU with the Chinese government. someone who's received funding in the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation from Chinese state agencies. So this is getting very, very murky, and Rahul Gandhi cannot escape this. This is no more a personal visit. It is clearly a political visit aimed at undermining India's territorial integrity and its sovereignty.
But as of now, because the clarity of on the identity of the woman is still not out, Amit, how significant do you think politically would it be for a personal private video like this to be becoming a political showdown? Because anybody could be out partying. To make it into such a big issue, why do you think it's important?
Are you suggesting that Revanth Reddy is an insignificant operator in the Congress scheme of things? He's a sitting member of parliament from Malkajgiri. He's the president of Telangana state unit and someone who's supposedly close to Rahul Gandhi. Are you saying that he does not know what he's saying? Are you saying Congress party does not know who Rahul Gandhi is partying with?
All right, let me then also reframe this question as an added question. Let's assume it was a Chinese diplomat and that there was a personal meeting. Why do you think that is objectionable here, and why do you think BJP would then break up this issue?
Well, a member of parliament, if he's meeting a foreign diplomat on a foreign soil, he needs to advise the MEA of their foreign travel. And if there has been some discussion which could have implications for India's security and territorial integrity, then we need to know about it. Rahul Gandhi is no ordinary member of parliament. He's a former Congress president and somebody who enjoys great clout. He's the prime ministerial candidate of the Congress party.
All right, Amit Malviya, how do you think this video is now going to be pushed by the BJP further? Because as of now, because it appears as the pub management is saying that she's definitely not the Chinese envoy, but you have shared a video of Revanth Reddy where he's mentioning that it was a video with the Chinese ambassador, and we'll try and play that video as well. It appears to be an interview that he has given to some channel. Importantly, we'll wait for Revanth Reddy's reaction and what he has to say. But Amit Malviya, thank you so much for speaking to India Today. Also, Shehzad Poonawalla giving his reaction. We'll wait for Revanth Reddy, who's the Telangana PCC president, about what exactly did he say that there was a Chinese ambassador, if this was, because BJP is all guns blazing over this video.